everyone.
How's it going?
Who, me or the audience?
I don't know.
It's going. It's going.
You're doing great.
I know there's a delay, so I'm always like, why is no one commenting? And then I'm like, oh, it's because they're 30 seconds behind. But, okay, shall we introduce?
Yeah, let's light this candle. Well, thank you for showing up today to whatever Mary calls this podcast because I forgot. But my name is Dean, and I today work for this Finn Security. And with me is Amanda Smith, who works for FemPath. And what do you do there, Amanda?
All the things. What don't I
All the
do?
things.
Content, social media.
And
That's
if you can't
basically
tell,
it.
this is a serious conversation. I'm wearing a necktie.
With skulls on it.
Mhm.
You want to give them an up close and personal view.
It's the most serious kind of necktie. It's full of got little skulls on it. This was for anybody that's Amanda's age. Skulls on your business attire was very in like 2005.
I feel like now it's just standard.
Yeah, it's just normal now. It's not edgy anymore.
Dean, do you want to tell them what you do at Finn?
At Finn, I do underwater basket weaving, uh, and generally maintain Phineas's tank. For those that don't know, Phineas is actually really a brackish manta that we have adjusted to a mixture of fresh and salt water, not a true saltwater manta ray. It's not because that's his natural habitat, it's just simply less expensive to maintain a brackish tank for Phineas. So I keep that clean, feed him, scrub it, play with him, get him his enrichment, and then also I do whatever Swanner tells me to do.
Swan or calm? What a guy.
And what do you do?
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah. Mm.
Same as you.
Yep. There you go. Yep.
Okay. In all seriousness, we both do content. If you don't know us and you've never seen us on LinkedIn, which I would find that hard to believe if you've somehow made it here.
Oh, we're not being serious now. Okay. Okay.
No, yeah, okay. Um, and we're gonna talk about silly posting on LinkedIn or just on your website in general
Sure.
for businesses. So, in your mind, Dean, what is silly posting?
Well, I'm not. I don't have a marketing degree like you, and
I
I
don't have a
don't.
marketing degree
I
either.
don't work in marketing. I'm not a pro like you are. I think silly posting is not simply just posting memes. Uh, I think it's posting things that say we understand the industry or product or what we do very seriously, so much so that we can make fun of it accurately. To me, that's really what actual silly posting is.
I like that definition. I would agree. Definitely not just memes, which I think is where people become bad at it. Like, viewers can tell if you actually know what you're talking about based on the memes you
Yep.
make.
Well, you can tell like there are brands and people in our industry where you can tell like they're reposting a meme. Well, I guess by definition, you can repost a meme, but like you can tell they don't know what it means or like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, they don't have the full context. I feel that.
So that is not silly posting.
Yeah, no, silly posting, I agree. It's like understanding your product so well that you can be silly about it. But why does it work?
Well, I'm sure there's a marketing reason, but for me, I've people like to feel smart. And so if it only makes you go, that was funny, I don't know that that's as effective as if it makes your audience go, I see what they did there. Because then somebody's brain rewards them for sort of figuring out the joke, like seeing through and like what you really meant. And I think like good silly posting allows a viewer to do that and feel like they were smart and they got in on an inside joke.
That's true. I like that. I also I feel like it makes it feel a little more relevant. And from like an MSP perspective, I feel like tech and like cybersecurity is also serious. So it makes it really easy for people who can make it funny to stand out because people are like, oh, you don't just know what you're talking about, but you also make it fun to learn about. Um,
I think that's a good call out because basically that's confirmation bias. Like you're playing to confirmation bias in your audience because they're basically like, I know what the industry is like, and therefore I know what it's not like, and so I understand that, and that juxtaposition makes it funny.
yeah. Especially too, cyber is so they just like to scare people all the time. And I think at some point people stop getting scared because it's like, oh, you all keep saying it's the end of the world and then it isn't. So I feel like you're lying to me at this point. Um,
Yep. No,
so yeah.
you totally. Well, all fear eventually, if all fear, if you're exposed to it enough, becomes at most just pain. Like, and that's still useful to buy with, but like that's not nobody wants to be sold to constantly like doom and gloom, fear and pain. So,
Yeah. Do you think everyone should be silly? Or is it like
hmm.
only certain people, certain brands can pull it off?
I don't think so. Only because so I don't think that there's a certain brand that can or can't pull it off, but I think it's possible to stand out without being silly. You can stand out through expertise, clarity, strong opinions, research, storytelling, useful education, strong product. If the silliness doesn't come naturally to a person or a brand, forcing it, I think can be a lot worse than avoiding it. I think that's actually why so many brands do well on April Fools because for a day they don't do that, and that difference is funny, but the actual joke itself actually isn't funny in a vacuum. Um, like the Wendy's account is always kind of silly, so that works. But like if another fast food brand that doesn't do that does that for a little while, we're all sort of like, that's a little cringy. That didn't really work.
Yeah.
So
Hmm. I also feel like, I don't know, a lot of being silly is just trying to grab people's attention. And I do think there are other ways to grab people's attention. A lot of it, I think, comes down to good copywriting. You could have
yeah,
very serious
there's definitely a
copywriting.
difference between oh crap, who's it? Howie Mandel says like the difference between a comedian and a comic. I forget which is which, but one of them says funny things and then the other says things funny. And I think in our case it's mostly saying things funny because like it works it works at some of our friends brands because they have an authentic personality and an authentic actual message and they're able to deliver it in a funny way
Yeah.
versus just putting on the clown paint.
Hmm. I like that phrase. That's fun.
What do
Okay.
you think? Well, I got a question for you. What do you think the common mistakes are?
Mm, I think you kind of already mentioned one, but trying to be funny, one that's not your brand. Uh,
Being inauthentic.
yes. Like we don't all have to be funny and you don't need to force it. I would say that's one. I think two, you also covered it, which is uh posting funny things that you don't necessarily understand. Like you know it's funny to other people, but you don't know why, and then people
Right.
can tell when you post it if you post it out of context and it doesn't make sense in the overall scheme of things.
And I
Um,
think further on that, you can break the fourth wall on that occasionally. Like every so often, you can get away with posting something you know people find funny, but you don't know why, and fully admitting to that. But if you do that all the time, then you lose any value you have as sort of a curator of humor because you basically like I might as well just go to like whatever what a BuzzFeed dig what do the kids read these days like I might as well go there to instead.
I haven't heard about BuzzFeed in a minute. I miss their like quizzes that you would take. Maybe I need to do a BuzzFeed quiz.
I
Uh,
think you do. And then you need to build a Friendster profile.
what's a Friendster profile?
And that, friends, is how we found out just exactly how old Amanda is live on air. So Friendster was a predecessor platform to MySpace, and they had some
Oh.
overlap, and then MySpace kind of took over.
Okay. I never had a MySpace, but I was alive while it was a big thing. So,
Well, that wasn't that back when you lived that sheltered, austere lifestyle in that like Amish compound you grew up in?
yeah,
Yeah,
it
that makes sense.
yeah, no internet, which was tough. So, I got lucky when I got out of there. I They had Vine when I finally left. And that was
Perfect.
my introduction to the internet.
Vine's a good example, I think, of constraint being used in silliness as well. Because I think that's another mistake a lot of people make. They go too far. I fall into that sometimes. Like they go too deep into the joke, and like Vine was 6 seconds, so you had to tell your story beats really had to be dialed in because you had to tell a story in 6 seconds. So you had to think about like what do I want someone to think or feel or learn from this. I got
Yeah.
15 minutes on LinkedIn, like for a video post. Well, I don't have to do that anymore. And now you run the risk of just kind of going too deep.
Yeah. And they still say like first 3 seconds or when you grab people, but I don't know. Me personally, anything over like a minute, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna watch this. Or like I'm gonna fast forward through it or skip to certain parts. So we still have like the unwritten rule of keep it short. It's just not mandatory anymore.
All right, I have 3 seconds to grab. Oh, I can't change the camera while I'm recording. That stinks. I was gonna be like, I have 3 seconds to grab your attention. I was gonna switch to VeggieTales, Dean, but I can't.
Oh,
Oh
Larry. Um, all right. What tips do we have for MSPs to
well. Ooh.
post silly?
Well, first of all, for having been an MSP, I'm gonna actually say I think in general the attraction you're going to get as an MSP from social media marketing is very, very minimal. Most most SMB business owners are not hanging out on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram being like, I'm looking for an IT provider. So if you have a captive audience, they're probably there for a reason and it's probably not comedy. So I would be careful first about being silly. And then I would not be silly about the product you deliver. So your service, your expertise, your protection, cybersecurity, backups, like all of that stuff. I would not be silly about that because it would be the same thing as like a restaurant being silly about getting an F grade food rating. I, if I get that joke, I guess that's fine, but I probably won't want to eat there again. It's like I think if you're going to be an MSP, be silly about the meta of being an MSP. Be silly about the work-life balance or the culture or like IT, well-known IT tropes in general, but don't make jokes or devalue the expertise and value of your actual service delivery product.
That's
Do
a
you,
really good point.
do you agree with that? Is that even a good way to look at it?
Yes, it's funny you bring that up. Yesterday, I saw a TikTok and it was from a tattoo parlor and this person had Bruce tattooed on their arm, and they were like, "Here is how you cover up this tattoo," and they like did it as a joke, and it looked terrible. And I was like, I at first didn't know this was a joke or not, and I also now I feel like I don't want to ever get a tattoo at this place because it looks like they're bad at tattooing,
Well,
even though
that's a good
they're
example.
yeah, and it was like they're posting it as a joke, but I feel like when it comes to tattoos, it's like something like that, maybe
So if
not.
like you're super into tattoo culture and tattoo shop culture, that's actually probably really effective because you would know like you're in on the joke, so you know it's a joke. But like first of all, that instantly alienates anybody who understands tattoos but doesn't like hang out in tattoo shops 24/7 as their personality. And if you're an MSP, like your clients definitely aren't in on MSP culture. Like they're it's like selling on features. Like, yes, 1 in 100 people will be really excited to know how many HDMI ports you have and all of that. But like otherwise, you don't do that. I think that's the same thing with that kind of humor.
Yeah. It was also like you could tell people didn't get that it was a joke because there were a lot of comments that were like,
Right.
this is bad. And it was like, I knew it was a joke because I do social media and I understand where people are coming from when they make like jokes like that. Other people just see things online and they're immediately like, yeah, these people are serious. And I'm like, no, you need the satire
Our
marketing.
audience wants to know, Amanda, how often do you get tattoos?
Not often.
Yeah.
I think I have four, but a lot of them I got around the same time.
When are
So
you gonna show everybody the fin sleeve you're getting all the way up?
I think I'll probably hard launch it in August, maybe.
Very
Already
nice.
partially done, so
Yakuza style. I like it.
that's why I wore long sleeves today.
Yep. See,
I can't give it away before it's
there's a
done.
reason.
What's your favorite unhinged social media? We're already a minute over.
Yeah, I know. I don't really spend a lot of time on social media consuming particular creators on LinkedIn. I very much enjoy Ken Cheng. If any of you follow him, because he does satire really well. He plays the role of a very serious marketing consultant who is both extremely competent at marketing and also in he plays both the straight man and sort of the like physical comedy role at once with his
Yeah.
posts. So
Do you have a
I enjoy
gong
his
over
posts.
there? It sounded like you have a gong.
A gong? Oh,
Yeah,
if I accidentally hit my microphone stand sometimes.
that was fun. Um, I I love Ken Chang. He's really funny. He's also, I think, a comedian. Like that's his job.
No,
Uh,
he's a professional brand marketer. His LinkedIn says so.
exactly. My favorite unhinged, uh, recently started following Torque, Torq, if you know who they are. They have some really silly stuff that I enjoy, and they're in like the tech space.
Ooh, I'm gonna
Everything else is not security or IT. It's like the Buffalo Bills, and that's about it. Are you looking them up?
yeah, that looks like a fun account.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. You should follow and follow their intern, who's not really an intern. He just says he's an intern. You'll go down a rabbit hole.
I like it. Good recommendation. You're hired.
Thank you. I thought I already worked at Empath, but that's fine. Uh, anyway, this was great chatting. We're already multiple minutes over at this
Sorry,
point.
Mary.
Any final words?
I don't know. Silly posting's not about proving that your company is funny. It's about proving that your company understands its audience well enough to let them in on a joke that is noticing the same things they notice.
Amen. Hallelujah. All right. Peace out, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Mary, for giving us the steering wheel.